Okay, so you're saying that they shot and killed 19 looters that you know of.
Yes, sir.
What were these people doing?
We don't have a clue. All we know is all we saw was those out beyond curfew and had shoot to kill orders.
This was like aftermath of the hurricane.
While we were still under martial law.
Well, I can understand it. See, here's the thing. There's signs up right now. Price is Right has got a sign that says, "You loot, we will kill you."
Right.
There's also one that's on 23rd Street that says, "You loot, we shoot." And I can understand that because there's a situation of where the cops, they're stretched so thin.
Where I'm from, you Callaway on
Tyndall,
you cannot drive down it. And look, Callaway, you couldn't drive. Tyndall, we went down Tyndall where 11th is. And
Can you get together? Thank you very much.
I mean, you couldn't even ride a bicycle through there unless it's a car.
there was tractor trailers turned over on Tyndall Parkway. There was big
We
pod storage units holding Walmart bicycles through over into ponds. If there was a structure or building standing, it was partial.
What? You mean, in other words, the destruction here is...
Yeah, Callaway was the worst of it.
Really?
Callaway, Lynn Haven, and all that. It's bad. Yeah.
Mexico Beach.
Well, I'll tell you what. I believe we had a fucking Category 5 storm.
Yeah, so they said it was 180, anywhere from 180 to 180 mile winds.
Mexico Beach, the death toll is still rising. They're still finding bodies.
And the goddamn fucking news motherfuckers, they're not telling the truth, are they?
No.
They're not telling the truth.
I see, there's a guy, he don't like leaving his home, and I told him, I said, hey, he was gonna stay, and we was fixing to go bed. We just got him from work.
Uh-huh.
And he said, it's not gonna be that bad. We didn't lay down and we're not learn. I said, wake us up if you leave. We had a radio and it said,
Mandatory evacuation
about
for
time his
areas.
sister pulled up.
Oh, let me just tell you something, if you don't mind.
Just
Can I interrupt, please? Them stupid fuckers on the radio, on the TV, they said if you're in A or B or C, evacuate. Them sorry fucks didn't even put up a map.
No.
I called emergency operations.
So your A, B, and C is the beach side. The beach side is great. It looks like the Bahamas.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying is this is they didn't even put up a map.
And then you got D and E.
There was no way for anybody to know, so I called emergency management here in Panama City, Florida. I said, you need to get a map up there right now. Nobody knows what. Oh, there's internet. I said, everybody ain't got internet.
We met a couple. There were couples that we met in the shelter that were trapped in their place for weeks. This one guy, he's a real good guy, and he's on oxygen, and he about died. And the people they were staying with left him, and they couldn't get him out because he's in a wheelchair.
He was trapped for 2.5 weeks.
His son would go out and tell.
What the fuck?
They were up this. Right there.
Trapped 2.5 under weeks.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I can't believe this shit.
Sure did. Matter of fact, they left in Alabama. They're gonna get a lawsuit, and because they had the people let them know they were in there and was in medical condition. But we'll get to them when we can. So,
what the fuck?
For 2
The emergency responder said we will get to him when we can.
Well, I mean, let's face it. See, the news is not telling about the facts. You're saying that Callaway, this is nothing compared. This is nothing compared to it.
The further you go, the worse it gets. From here to Tyndall Air Force Base to Mexico Beach. Mexico Beach is.
I talked to somebody who said the winds were over 200 miles an hour. And what I heard is the reason why they're not calling it a Category 5 is because the homeowners wouldn't have to pay their deductibles. Is there any truth to that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I know it was at least 5 because we were in a room in the hallway, and
by law they cannot lock.
They can't lock both doors. They lock
by
one.
law they cannot lock both doors when you have occupants
guys had to hold the door
inside
shut.
the fire.
Shutting the door open.
The force of the wind was so strong when it would blow through the breezeway of the school, it was trying to suck the
barometric
doors
pressure was sucking the doors open.
What the fuck?
For about 4 hours, the whole time the storm hit. I got no.
The barometric pressure was doing what?
Trying to suck the doors open inside the hallway where everybody was as the storm was coming.
And where was that? Rutherford?
Rutherford.
Yes, sir. Yep.
What the
And
fuck?
held the door shut, and it jerked out. When the gusts come, we had Richard and grab it, and there's some sheet metal flying through there. It was bad. You could hear metal. You could hear metal getting ripped off. It was a brand new school. When we come out, it was totally demolished.
Really?
Yes.
Just like Jinx Middle School.
Yes.
It tore the shit out of that. But what
we lived in Alabama, and in 2011 we had 3 tornadoes come through, and this was nothing.
That was nothing compared to this.
Yeah,
no motherfucking. You're saying what happened here was worse than tornadoes?
Three in our hometown.
We had 3 Category 5 tornadoes.
And in the same day.
In the same day, followed the exact same path within hours of each other, completely destroy our town, and it was nothing compared.
No motherfucking way. No motherfucking way.
We thought we'd seen everything, and this town was small. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, it didn't tear up our house.
Where in Alabama?
Cordova, Alabama, and Walker County.
And what year?
November. It was April 11th of 2011 when that happened.
Oh, that's when Joplin, Missouri got hit by a tornado F5. Okay, you're saying the damage that happened here is worse than an F5 tornado?
3 F5 tornadoes within 24 hours.
The county was in a small area, right? But they tore up.
Hold on a second. I want to.
The path was a 1.5 miles wide.
Yeah, each tornado was a 1.5 miles wide.
And you're saying what hit here was worse
than 3 Category 5 tornadoes following the exact same path within 24 hours.
No motherfucking way. I'm gonna tell you something. Whole forests are gone. Oak forest. I'm not talking about pine trees. I'm talking about if you go to 23rd Street and you go to Highway 77, you never could look all the way across. You can, and you know what I believe? I believe this was directed warfare.
That's just like
directed weather warfare.
That's just like coming over the bridge from Lynn Haven. Used to, you couldn't see not a house when it was nothing but trees along the bay line. Now all you see is house. You don't even see a tree anymore.
Well, this is on a religious suspect. You know, this is good Lord's work. You know,
this is a wake-up call.
But you see what's going on.
You better make it. You never know something's happened. So
yeah,
I'm not a Christian, but I'm working on it.
No, it doesn't mean that. See, a Christian. See, the truth of all a Christian means is if you know somebody's going to fall into a ditch, you say, hey, wait a minute, please don't fall in that ditch. Or if you know there's something, like, I'm going to tell you what I did. They was going to take and put a homeless bullshit resource center right next to the Bay County Jail. Yeah. This is a couple of years ago, okay, on Star Avenue, okay? I called up the principals of both of those elementary schools, and I reasonably believe I convinced them to make it to where that homeless resource center would not be put there.
Well, I'm from a little small town, Alabama, and
yeah,
I mean, there's not much homeless now, and if you see somebody struggling, you help. And I've never seen this lack of humanity here. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, there's and
they are tearing up homeless people's tents.
There's a woman,
and that if you don't own the property,
you are trespassing.
You are trespassing?
Yes.
Now, there's something, it's called Attorney General's Ruling 9008. It specifically states, except in an emergency, the cop has no right because he becomes an agent of the landowner. They have no right whatsoever to tell anybody to leave. Right. But they're breaking the law on a regular basis.
Adults, they can deal with it. Kids, I've seen this many kids that are just scared to death, acting up and everything. And I was like, these kids don't understand what's going on. And the shelters, they're across the take care of your kids. A 3-year-old kid, if you let him play, he'll tone down.
Right.
You can't make him sit on a bed all day. And
an army caught at that.
Yeah.
And just sit there and stare at 1,000 more people that they don't even know that they have.
So in other words, that made you felt like you was in jail, didn't you?
It's exactly
they treated you like you was in jail.
They said
it got so bad before they shut down the very last shelter. When you came in the gate, you had to show your badge. When you came into the facility, you had to show your badge. They made sure your name wasn't on this name database.
Yeah, they had a warrant.
And if you had any kind of warrants for your arrest of any kind, you got arrested on the spot.
Well, I can.
You got stopped going in the food tent to eat.
Same cop. If you went out 5 times, we went out a lot. Store and shit. Every time I come in,
they stopped.
You just stopped me. I'm not. I mean, I've never had a police record. You know.
Yeah.
Well, when you got look, yep, that's you. I said, what? No, I said, yeah, I ain't got work on me.
Can I ask you a question? No offense, okay? When they see tattoos, did it ever occur to you? Did it ever occur to you when they see a tattoo, they automatically think that you was in prison?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This is,
Yes, we get.
you know what I'm saying?
I do motivated work.
We
I
get,
haven't caught someone looking at my
We get profiled a lot. We get.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm just wondering. See, here's the
Oh,
thing.
they're a convict. Oh, they're trouble.
I've
they
been
don't do
judged,
anything but
not by
drugs.
police. I ain't no.
When all in
You know
actuality.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
When all in actuality, we are no different than the next hardworking American out here. We don't.
Oh yeah, I understand that, but then
right, but
when
we
you,
do
yeah.
Now I have got classified for it. You know.
We do get classified.
You know.
We get judged a lot.
And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a construction worker, and
Yeah.
you know, I've got a lot of people. You know that I'm on my own business twice.
Hold on a second, please. I want to make sure. I want to.
Yeah.
So let me just ask you a question, if you don't mind.
Okay.
This was severe situation, right?
Yes.
If you got 3,000 people, right, and one of them starts shit, and they don't, even though they may have misunderstood something, and they allowed that to get out of hand, could it be like a thing where it set off a chain reaction, where other people would say, hey, it's okay, you know, for them to fuck up, it's okay, you know, I mean, to fuck up, it's all right for me to do it too. And so maybe I'm trying to look at their side also. You know, they got to have strict control, because if you got 3,000 people, maybe they learned things from Hurricane Katrina when they had 25,000 people in the Superdome, and there was all kinds of shit going on, so they had to be super tight. Is there a possibility on that?
I think it's going to happen. People need to tread lightly for the simple fact there are so many people that has lost everything and that is without and with no resources out here for us anymore, because they have put it all out of Florida.
Stay off the street. I do not let her.
It's not going to take much at all to set off in a reaction for people to straight lose it and start up. I mean, it wouldn't take much for rebellion to happen. When you get 300 plus people in one little area rebelling against because they've just lost everything and they are completely
just like I went to Northridge Church there, and I took pictures. I'm putting on the internet. There was somebody that was in a wheelchair sitting right next to their tent. Now, here's the thing. I'm wondering if the mayor is willing to invite all these people that he's going to kick out, and he told this fucking lie about sanitary conditions. They got porta potties.
Yes, sir. They're not. When they close it, when they stop people from sleeping in tents, then it's going to get bad.
Right.
These are people that was refused help, and now, I mean, we was at work last night, and we, started ourselves. This black guy, which I'm not saying, he pretty much offered her. We don't do drugs to have sex with her. That's my wife. I said, no. He said, you don't do drugs? I said, no, we work, buddy. He said, you know where the money? I said, I got money out of the drugs. What about her? I said, that's my wife. He said, I'm talking to her. He said, what about you? I said, what? He said, you go around there, and I said, let me tell you something, bro. I said, back up. I said, let me tell you something. That's my wife. And he said, what? I said, you ain't gonna touch her. He said, man, I bet you, and he pretty much gonna rape her. I said, what we gonna do? I said, you gonna sit right there. I said, let me tell you something. I said, you just got scared. I said, let me promise you something. I said, you ain't gonna touch her. He said, man, look, I'm bigger. He said, basically, if I step away,
in other words,
I said, Ember, sit right there. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, Ember, sit there. I said, I'm telling you right now.
In other words, you're gonna, if you have to, you will fight. You will fight for her defense.
She's my wife. I've been 10 years.
Hold on a second. Let me make sure.